Hi, this is Laurel with Guided by Love, and I'm here to do a daily angel message for Thursday, October 2nd. And we have the Blessed Bee deck for a blessing for the day, and we have the Ancient Stones Oracle deck by Rebecca Campbell. So let's get a blessing first. Holy Spirit, angels and guides, what is the blessing for the day? Oh, and we get a blessing for a fresh start, and this is a number 7. So we got the magic of the broom there. We got the magic of, I think the broom also symbolizes protection, but the crow symbolizing magic as well. But this is a blessing on a fresh start, a 34, which equals 7. So manifesting, and in the background we have the waning moon. So we're coming into the full moon, and then after the full moon, the lights of the moon starts waning down into the waning crescent, and that's what I'm seeing here. So from the new moon, from this time now till the waning crescent, after the full moon, just before the new moon, there's a little sliver there of the waning crescent. Is going to be really, really important. A really, magical time for things to click into place, for things to happen. So stay tuned. But for today, you have a blessing on a fresh start. And let's see what we get from the cards. I like how a lot of times the cards will validate what this fresh start is about. So let's see. Spirit, Holy Spirit, angels and guides, what are the messages for this daily angel read? What are the messages? What are the messages? And at the bottom of the deck we have returning. Wow. And it says spiral journey, growth, renewal, and heal. And it's a picture of a labyrinth. And, this has been, finding your way through this spiral of events in your life, finding your way through, spirit guiding you. And now there's 2 staircases there. It's like, being at a crossroads where you get to choose, which path do you want to ascend to. But this is, you've just about worked. It looks like she's at the end, or she's come to the completion of the spiral part of the journey. And what's interesting about the spiral is, that's how I see energy coming in sometimes, is it spirals down, from the universe down into us. And they're referring to the spiral journey. So the journey of healing, of energy. And it says, healed, growth, and renewal. So I feel like this is returning to yourself, returning to your spiritual self. Look at how pure she is. And so I feel like this is returning to your higher self, your spiritual self. And there's choices that you're going to have, decisions that you're going to have to make. Yeah, I feel like somebody's saying, "Oh, just when I thought I was done." You're never done on this journey. It's just that you elevate, you ascend, so that you become better at, you become more detached from the decisions you have to make. You're making me laugh. Whoever out there is thinking that. And then the holy mountain. Oh, wow. Soul calling, sacred journey, and pilgrimage. So this is sacred journey, pilgrimage. So this is, finding your soul purpose, finding, what it is, why it is that you're here, what is the purpose of, what is your calling, what is your purpose, what gifts do you have to bring to the world. I always talk about this. Everybody has their own gifts, and there's a purpose for you to being here. And so, what is it that your soul is calling you to do? And that's something you've been led to. That's something you're being led to. Your soul is calling you to journey deeper within. It's the pilgrimage, and sometimes we call it the narrow path because as a light worker, you a lot of times you forge your own path. You don't walk a path of another. You forge your own. You create fresh starts. Oh my gosh, see, I told you there's going to lead us back to this. You create fresh starts, and a lot of times as a light worker, that is creating your own path and leaving a legacy behind. And we have not forgotten. So, messages from spirit, unbroken connection. So, this is letting you know that, that even though there's times on this journey where you may feel alone, you're never ever forgotten. This is knowing that, your connection, you came into this world spirit, as spirit. You've always been connected to spirit. It's just that along the way, it gets covered up with muck and mire from, childhood and, the experiences that we had. And then we reawaken to it, reawaken to the gifts, to the connection with spirit. And this is saying, you've never ever been forgotten, that, this is, a message from spirit saying how much you are loved, and that the connection with them has never ever been broken. You're a spiritual being having a human experience. This is something that has never ever left you. So, really beautiful. And it shows all the ancestors, all the spirit behind you, having your back. And then we have alignment. Wow. It's coming together, precision. Wow. And this card, look at this. So, again, the first card that I talked about, look at the last. Here we have the spiral, and here we have the spiral. So this is coming into completion, coming into alignment, into balance. And she's at the center, which is, at the center is the core. It's your spiritual self, alignment with all that is, alignment with your higher self, your soul self. It is, being in the flow. We talk about flow. It's being in the flow of love. It's having released everything so that you can be in complete alignment with your spiritual self. Having released all that no longer serves you, I want to say. But here, oopsie, I want to look at this. Yeah, here she's in or he is in the center of the circle. So you're in the center of you, which is your spiritual self, in that peace, in the love, and in that oneness of, being connected, knowing the connectedness between all things, and knowing you're connected with everything. Yeah, and this was the card that we started with, traveling deeper, making the decision. And here it shows alignment. Wow, so that's pretty special. Let me see if there's anything else. Yeah, this is I feel like this was journeying to the doorway, and this is inside. You know, walking through that door, you already made a decision. You're aligning with all that is meant for you. Really beautiful energy. Um, wow. So those are the messages I have for you. I hope this helped, and I hope you have a lovely Thursday. Namaste.